There we go. That's good. That's good. So, okay. So we're going to do this. And make sure nothing's loud on there. And do this. And we're doing this. I'm gonna do this. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right. And we're just going to jump into this. Oh my gosh, is that... Why do I look like I'm asleep? What the heck, man? Let's go back. There we go. Okay. Okay. Wonderful. Very good. Well, you know, Bagoki, first of all, coming in way too strong here. I'm glad that you have strawberry rhubarb pie. But the fact that I can't have it, that's, you know, that's totally fine. You don't have to share it with me, but I'm sad that you had to say it in such an aggressively negative way. Okay? I'm sad now. Okay? I'll find my toggle at some point. There we go. You want to let me have your strawberry rhubarb pie? I don't... Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's just go back. Okay. There we go. Gosh. I hate some of these toggles. I don't need your pie. Okay. But bag key. Ugh. I don't need your pie. Hey, Riku. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hope the music isn't too loud. Oh, hello. I know we were just chatting on Discord. Imagine hopping from one spot to the next. I'm reading your Discord message right now. That's cool that you have your OG Orcs and Humans CD-ROM. I kind of wish I still had it. Like, is it just me or was the art so good? Like even on the box, you get the orc. I think that was Thrall, with his teeth all gritted and gross, but like super detailed. Okay, music's fine. That's great. Samurai guy, hello. I feel like I haven't seen you in a minute. How's it going? I am doing very, very well. I'm very happy. Just chilling, just hanging out, enjoying life, enjoying things and stuff. So, yeah, I just wanted to chat because I feel like this whole week, last week, I just ran into all these complications of, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. Oh, I thought I was going to stream and then this thing came up and, you know, I figured, well, hey, we just hit 6K, so probably a great time as any to just chat. How have you guys been? How's the week been for you? I know it's just starting for a lot of folks, but oh, there we go. There we go. All right. The plan is just to chat, pretty much. Yeah, I really didn't have any plans otherwise. So. Oh, yeah. You know, Arthas, I feel like, was probably one of my favorite character degenerations. You know, he started off all promising and, you know, nice and everything. And for the most part, he was. And then I think he was just his struggles and how he fell apart and then became a Death Knight. And then on from there was pretty cool. I thought it would, but even more so, like, after I played the game multiple times, because the Undead was my favorite by far. I really liked, what was his name? Kel'Thuzad, who became the Necromancer, and then a Lich King after that. Like, that was just cool. I don't know. There's something about, like, that realm of, like, body horror and stuff that I was like, oh, this is so cool. I want more of this, you know? That's good. If it looks like I'm looking up, I'm actually looking down at my phone, because that's where I have my chat open. So yeah, I'm working on more music. Another concept album. I know for some of you guys who know my screen went for a second. Oh gosh, sorry about that. You know, I didn't ever play WoW. I didn't ever play it because I got so into RTS games, I just couldn't get away from the idea of building up a tech tree and getting cool units and story and all that sort of stuff. So now I really liked the heroes in Warcraft 3. I thought that was cool, having to have items and stuff and power-ups and things, special moves, made the game a little bit more interesting in some ways than StarCraft, but I could never think of just stripping all of that away and being like, yeah, the only thing you have to think about is your hero, that's it. I never liked that idea. But I don't know when a single's gonna come out. Because here's the thing. I've been going about making this album totally different than anything I'd done before. I feel like it kind of harkens back to when I first started making music, and I just had an idea, and then I liked it, and then I just stuck with it. And I recorded everything and then just put it out there. So I have 6 out of 10 tracks written. Basically, long story short, the guys who gave me the beats, I gave them certain directions for what I wanted, and they gave me a totally different genre. I wanted lo-fi, they gave me boom bap, which for some people who don't know, I love the boom bap style. I was a drummer, so I love just how much you can do with a drum, infused style. So I'm working on making that whole project, but the funny thing is the track listing goes from really poppy and like nice sounding. It kind of makes me think of like Chance the Rapper, kind of, who his new album, if you don't know Chance the Rapper, he just came out with a new album, Starline, and it's really good. It's really, really good. But it has this very like choir orchestral stuff, and I like that, and it makes for a really positive story. And then it goes into like very subtle kind of stuff, jazzy a little bit, and then it gets dark. It gets really dark. And that made me think like Tyler the Creator, even Denzel Curry a little bit, and I was like, oh, this could be good. And I probably worked on 4 to 5 different stories and characters and ideas. and I've fossilized myself on one that I really, really like. And the cool thing is normally what stressed me out before was I would be so fixated on making an album and understanding the concept from start to finish before I even start. It's like, okay, I got to know this and I got to know that. And if I don't know that, then I'm not going to commit. Because for whatever reason, I would start working on something and then just lose interest. So that was my fear. That's why I was like, I got to figure this out immediately. But I don't know how the story ends. I have some ideas. I am currently at the point where things start going bad. Or not bad. It's not bad. Kind of. Depending on how you look at it. But it's like it went from really happy and pretty positive to like, oh, something's happening here. And knowing where that's going to end, or not knowing where that's going to end, has been very interesting. And I kind of like it. And the fact that I'm not working on it today, I'm giving myself a few days. I'm not like, you know what? You need to figure all of this out right now, because who knows? Who knows if it'll all fall apart and you won't be happy with it and then you lost all this time. I'm not even worried. I'm like, you know what? It'll be what it'll be. And I'm excited. And I think this concept's really cool. So that's kind of what I'm working on. I have 6 out of 10 songs recorded. I'm working on the 7th one. Yeah. So it's very, very neat. Let me see. Oh, Bagoki, you got to see Ado in concert? That's awesome. I bet that was amazing. It's like 6 o'clock right now. I'm in the, or no, it's like a little past 5. I know I intended on streaming at 4, but life just got away from me. Sometimes you get home from work and then there's all these obligations you got to do. You're like, oh wait, I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. Have I eaten today? I need to feed myself. I don't need to die on stream. That would be really weird. I'd just go. And then everyone's like, what the heck? What happened? Hello? So, anyway. Yeah, it's like Eastern, what is it? Central Mountain Time, CMT, whatever that's called. I don't know. I always have to look it up. It's only been because of streaming that I've been like, oh, what's my time zone? And I have to be like, okay, wait. I can't just say 4 o'clock because no one knows where that is. What 4 is 4 o'clock for you? So, yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah, well, you know, Arizona is in that vein. My gosh, today was a long day. I'm squeezing my face. That's why the mouth tracking is not working right now. Anyway, it was a good day though. It was a good day. I was just happy to leave. Like, you know what? Today ended without a hitch. This is perfect. I'm happy. And that's it. That's all I gotta know. So, what do you guys do for Labor Day? You do anything fun? Oh, Central Texas. My gosh. How's the weather been over there? I feel bad, but like, there's certain places in the world where my initial learning about what it's like over there is all I've ever known. So when I hear people say Texas, I just think hot. It's mostly dirt everywhere. There's rattlesnakes everywhere you turn. And everyone has like a farm and a truck. And that's it. and cowboy hats are part of your daily regimen. Boots and jeans and flannel shirts with specifically pearl covered buttons, like snap-on buttons. And if you don't carry a gun, you're probably stupid or something. I don't know. Anyway, Um, so last time I looked at the anniversary stuff, um, I don't think it went well. I would love to look at it, but I think because they live streamed it all, right? I feel like they did that last year. I looked at that with HoloFest, and there was some other concert that I wanted to look at. Well, really any of the concerts. Like I remember trying to stream Gura's concert last year, and I think I got it through, but it was only because I was whitelisted by Hextone or Nextone, excuse me. And everything went through, because normally it's like, I think it's either paywalled or it's like members only. And even if you look at compilations, it's got all sorts of copyrighted stuff. I only say that to say, most of the time, if that is the case, your video is just going to be blocked. So sure, I could check it out, but I don't think it'll be viewable, which is the unfortunate thing. Because I'm not at a big enough spot right now that I think Nextone would notice me, because that kind of happened naturally last time. These companies just kind of grew to know what I was up to, and they would just let my stuff be monetized for maybe a couple weeks or so before claiming it. And they normally would just restrict monetization. They wouldn't block it or anything. But I've had stuff blocked before, or tried to put up stuff, and it's like, oh, maybe I'm not big enough to have this go through. So, oh, you're in Austin. Gotcha. I mean, it seems like a really cool place. I feel like, you know, if you're of that type of, how should I put it? It's like if you're that type of person, I guess you should say, like a really hardworking, you know, kind of no nonsense type person, I guess. I feel like that would be really like, okay, yeah, I feel comfortable here. I feel like I'm at home. You know, it's the same thing, like generally where I live, there's a lot more people who do fishing and hunting and stuff like that than people who, you know, I lived with in California. I didn't know anyone who was really into that. So it feels like generally the, oh, there's free previews for that? Oh, so there's, gotcha. Well, yeah, I mean, I'll definitely check it out on my own time. You know, whatever they have available. I've seen some compilations of stuff, and it seems just like a really good old time. Everyone's having a good time. You know, I kept thinking, like, how intense is it with that kind of schedule? Like doing a live show and that kind of thing. What do you have to do? My only frame of reference is like if you're touring and you're a musician or whatever, there's certain times you got to be at the venue. Normally it's at night and you're playing for however long. You know, maybe early afternoon, depending on what type of festival or performance you're doing. But generally speaking, it's like if you're able to be there, you know, then you're good. You know, and be there is like, you know, middle of the afternoon or whatever. So you can, like, I don't know, lounge around, kind of do your thing, and then you get there for the performance. But I think Crony was talking about when she went to visit Ame in Japan, and was like, oh, you know, we hung out, and then I had to get home because then I had to, or no, she said she hung out with her, and then she was like, I had to get to the studio at midnight to get ready for everything. And I'm like, what? Like, how long are you there? Like, and then I realized I think they do meet and greets and stuff in the morning, I guess. But I guess you have to be all suited and booted by the early AM, and then you know, you're doing your meetups and stuff, and then you're doing the concert later, from my understanding. So as soon as I heard that, I was like, ooh, that sounds intense. Totally made me understand why some people just didn't want to be a part of Hololive after that point. Like, I'm not even of disdain for the company. It's just a lot of people thought that it was like, oh, the only reason you'd want to leave that type of structure is because people are being mean to you. It's like, no, that sounds like a tough job. I don't know, man. I'm, you know, yeah. it's interesting. Oh, she lives in the U.S. Well, then where does Crony live then? Well, we're talking about where people are living. I'm confused now. Where did she say she flew to? Hold on. Wait a second. I must know. Hold on. We're going to check this out. We're going to tube this.
I took a plane from New York and I flew to where Ame was, and then we hung out. It
Oh.
was really nice. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So she took a plane from New York and flew to where, quote, Ame was. Got it. Got it. Oh, there's another clip I want to watch. I guess Crony got pooped on by a pigeon. Cool. Anyway, I feel like, you know what? If ever we were to make the association that clip channels. Oh, whoops. Forgot the BGM. Here we go. I'm a professional. There we go. I feel like if ever I were to assume that clip channels are like tabloids, like news tabloids, like those magazines you see in stores that are like the tell-all of the person who raised Bigfoot, and you're like, who reads these? But you know, they're there every week, so it's like somehow they're getting subsidized. But what is it? Gosh, I've lost my train of thought. Holy smokes. It's like if those tabloids were comparable to clip channels, then it's like the news being comparable to False ID or someone like that, you know, who just talks about the news as it actually is of VTubers and stuff. I used to be subscribed to him. Just side note, I used to be subscribed to him, and then I felt like every other day it was like, Niji Sanji has hit a new low, and I'm like, I'm tired. I'm tired. I don't need to hear all this anymore. I don't want to know. But that's so cool. I love that stuff. I really do. It's not only does I not only does I feel that the thing about the thingy, not only do I feel that when you hear all those great stories, right, it not only impresses upon you like how great their life situation is for these people that you care about. You're like, wow, I'm so glad that they have people that they can hang out with, and they, you know, and that the company they work for is great because they're able to take these trips and they're able to have fun and just be treated well, which is great. You always like to hear that, right? I feel like in any job, it's always the stories that you have with your coworkers, at least the coworkers I've had. I've had great coworkers, and I have so many good stories of working all sorts of places. Like I worked at a camp for a while. It was the first state paid job I ever had, and it was the greatest. Like I still look back at that job because I think there was still just the fun of like making money and working with cool people. You didn't have to pay for anything, you know. I don't think I had to pay for my car or anything, so it was like one of those fun things of like, oh, I just get to work with fun people and make money, and I can just have fun. But also just, you know, the place I worked at was great. But also it's like, to go back to the talents, I think it's a good show of just the internet, you know? I feel like there's so many people that they make their job and welfare and spend their time being like, hey, look at all these horrible things that are happening. Look at how this company treats people poorly, or this entertainer is bad to their staff. I'm glad to hear that, like, yes, here's a group of people who are friends and they like hanging out and they're doing goofy stuff. There was this one animation I was looking for the other day, right? It was of the ladies, the JP ladies, Korone Okayu, Miko, and I want to say Subaru. They went to a spa, and I guess Korone, either she was affected by something that she, like some oil that she had on her skin, or she put too much oil on her face. And then because of the steam, it got in her eyes and she couldn't see. So Okayu had to like guide her around. But it was funny because the way that they said she was like, hello. There's a huge thump. Hold on. I think we're good. Okay. It's kind of storming outside, so I was worried like that it's just, I don't know, that a tree was going to fall on my house or something. That's where my brain goes. Anyway, I was trying to look for that animation because people kept saying that she posed like Tarzan, I guess, when she was like drying herself off. Had like one leg up, very, I guess, looked like Tarzan or something. And then what was the other one? The other one was like Okayu was sad or something, and Korone was in chat or like in Discord with her, and they're like, oh, I'll be on my way. And then literally like 2 minutes later, you hear her in the background like, I'm here! And literally people were like, she just bolted down the street to Okayu's house or something like that. It just seems so cute. I was like, I want to see this. This seems fun. So it's little stories like that. And then don't even get me started on like Korone, or Crony and Ina and Ame and everybody like meeting each other for the first time, and everyone realizing how cute or funny they look in real life, and I recognize that voice, it's Crony or something like that. Just fun. It's just so fun. I love that stuff. Anyway. Yeah, Ame. thanks to Kiara. I actually was just out of nowhere, my brain was thinking when I don't know why Kiara got frustrated playing Holocure, but she got a pull for Ame for something, and she was excited. She was like, okay, I got you, Ame, you cutie patootie, and then spun again and got Ame over and over again, and she got frustrated. I don't know why. Maybe she was just looking for another pull and didn't get her. She kept getting Ame, so she was like, I like you, but gosh, I need something else. But anyway, it's all those stories that are just super cute to me. Right, yes. Yeah, well, so I think this was before they started living together. That just made me think of one video where I think it was those two. Where no, it wasn't Okayu, it was Toa. It was Toa and Korone, and they were playing a N64 game, and Korone was blowing on the cartridge. Yes, and it for some reason it made Toa just lose it after a while. You just hear it was funny. It was good stuff. Good stuff. Oh my goodness. I'm so like, do you guys ever get home? I don't know how old generally my audience is. I know generally my audience is around my age or a little younger, like mid to late 20s. And then of course there's a pretty wide bell curve into the teens, and then a shorter bell curve into the 30s, which is more where I'm at. I know I'm an old man. I'm going to die any second now, so you need to just leave me, because I clearly have not amounted to anything in life, depending on who you talk to. They're like, brother, why are you still online? I'm like, what? You know how many old people are online, right? Why are you making YouTube videos? I don't know, because freaking everyone else is. Anyway, point being, 35? What? CSSD, but wait, Riku, you're 36? There's no way. We can't all be old. Like, what are we going to talk about now? Have you guys had to have a prostate check yet? Got any gray hairs on your chinny chin? I do. That's why I'm clean shaven. Besides my mustache. Oh, that's right. I'm gonna break the immersion here and hop into VTube Studio. Burp. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna try and hop in here and do nope. There we go. We're gonna do this. And then we're gonna go all the way down. Wait a second. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, really? Could this be? No way. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait, hold on. Wait. I said I was just gonna throw a mustache on, but I found other cool things. There we go. Holy smokes. Yes. Wait. And then I'm supposed to... Oh, shoot. Wait, how do I do this? Hold on a second. Wait just a moment. Wait a second, chat. Hold on. How do I... We're going to do this. And then it said... Configure. No. Try to low right, delete that trash can appear. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna go back. We're gonna do this. Boop. There we go. Oh, now I'm comfy cozy. Yes. That's okay. If you guys saw my actual mustache, you'd realize how ginormous it is on my face now. It's gotten about this big. But I dare not break the immersion. I dare not. I shan't. There we go. Yeah, no ads is nice. Oh my gosh. You know what though? I'll say this, right? Okay, so first of all, in regards to Pokemon, I was thinking about that the other day, that I remember flipping through channels and finding Pokemon at random, right? And I found, yeah, thank you. I'm going to try and downsize my stash here real quick. And then I'll just be back here. But literally, I found Pokemon on a whim, okay? Found it on a whim. And since then, I found, I remember scrolling through channels and finding a snippet of, Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, and all that stuff. And I just I wasn't immediately gripped, which I know might sound like, oh, how dare you not immediately, enjoy everything or whatever. But I think for me, it was just, I don't know. I was at the point where I'm like, I'm not immediately interested in this, so I'm just going to not watch it. And I remember there was some stage someone was on. I think it was a green guy, and he's just standing there, and he goes like, waiting. And then I just was like, huh. And then I'd seen the intro before where it's like, if you collect all the Dragon Balls, then you'll get one wish. And that sounded cool. That idea sounded really cool. But other than that, I was like, I'm not really sure. I don't know. I think there was one scene where someone was in a helicopter, and he had a bunch of flowers, and he said he was going to a funeral. And I don't remember what that was. I was like, I don't understand. Oh, excuse me, gosh. I'm dying. Hold on, I have to reattach my mustache. It told me how to make it big and small, and I couldn't figure it out. Colorize, open settings, drag it, use to PNG. Okay. Wait a second. Oh, I found it, chat. I found it. Okay, we're doing this. We're doing no. We're good with that. And then we do, oh no. Oh, I thought this was going to work. Wait, hold on. Stay with me. Do that. And then no. I want to, that. And then, no. I thought this was going to work. I'm so sorry, chat. I'm so sorry. Okay. You know what? I don't know what happened. I'm sorry. We're just going back. Okay. Now I'm bigger. I got a bigger blanket. I started to make it smaller and then it just stopped working. Now everything moves. I couldn't figure it out. Anyway. But yeah, so I found out about DBZ and I was like, okay. And then I randomly saw like the intros for Sailor Moon and it seemed cool. The song seemed cool. I was like, great, that's fun. But then I never watched any of the shows. I never watched any episodes. And then I sat back, like when the 25-year anniversary thing happened, I was like, what would have happened with my tastes if I got into that? Because Pokemon, it was a done deal. As soon as I watched it, I was like, oh, I love this. This is so cool. And that was all there was to it. But I can't remember for the life of me why everything else just kind of went by the wayside. So, I don't know. Yes, I'm trying to figure this out live here. I'm too frustrated about figuring this out. You do front. Oh, shoot. What did I do? Okay, we're going back. Okay, we ain't doing this now. I said I was going to do it. I got scared. This is too big now. Always in the front of the model. I guess I'll do that. But then, it makes me small. No. Actually, you know what? This kind of hangs over my mouth as much as freaking... Oh. Okay. We're just going to do this. That's fine. It's always here now. It's always here. I will always be your mustachioed rap VTuber. Hope that's fine for you. Anyway. So, yeah. It was just fun. And I saw a couple episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! Way back when. And I really liked that. And I got into the cards. And I felt like that was easier to play than Pokemon. Maybe I'm wrong, but I felt like it was. And then I never really followed up on it. But I do remember kind of being obsessed with Pegasus. Like as soon as I saw him, I was like, that attitude, that sass, that bravado. I like that. That's fun. I want to be like that. And then that's it. That's where we went from there. And then I never watched it further. I did watch Digimon for a bit. And I saw the movie. I saw like a few Pokemon movies in theaters. And then I saw Digimon at my old school, which was a church also. So we watched it one night. It was fun because I think I was old enough to be like, I kind of want something a little more gritty. And I felt like Digimon had a bit of that. Had a bit more grit. And then I liked the cards, but I never really got into the game. I didn't know how to play. And then I don't think I played any of the games, like the video games. So it was pretty interesting. I do remember playing some Yu-Gi-Oh! With my friends. And I thought it was really cool, but then I wasn't hanging out with them enough to really like take time, you know? So yeah, I really think Digimon came at a time in my life when I was more interested in like just, I don't know, like I wanted more what is it? Like I wanted more, oh geez. I just wanted more grit, you know what I mean? So, I just wish I could drag this. That's what's irritating me. See, I'm just dragging everything here. I can't just. Anyway, it's whatever. I just wish it was moved over like half an inch. That's why I'm frustrated. So, anyway, though, enough about that. It is what it is. Here I am. Oh, Magic. That's right. I forgot about Magic. Magic the Gathering. I think I started learning about it when I was in junior high. And then I didn't really have very many friends in high school, so I didn't play very much there. But there also, get this, there also was a Lord of the Rings type Magic that was really cool because it was pretty easy to get used to. But then the sucky thing was I had a bunch of cards and then I lost them. And I just never got cards after that. And then I wasn't able to play it. But what I've done now, especially since I moved and just kind of was trying to reacclimate myself to where I'm at in life, I bought a bunch of Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and Hot Wheels. I just rededicated myself to all the things that I liked as a kid. Just because, I don't know, I was just, I'm sure you can hear it. I'm rolling them across the table. I just needed to reconnect. Oh, and Legos. So I bought a bunch of kid stuff I liked as a kid, just because I needed to get back into I don't know, just playing around, having fun. So yeah. But yeah, Lord of the Rings cards. I remembered those very fondly because I had a friend who he had a Trebuchet card. I think he was Gondor? I think he was Gondor. And the Trebuchet apparently, if you ever attacked it, it got stronger or something. So he kept boasting, oh, I got the best card ever, ha ha ha. And I kept thinking there has to be something to beat it. So I literally, what I would always do, and I did this for Pokemon too, I would pore over the books and be like, okay, this thing is weak to this. So what kind of Pokemon do I need? How do I need to stack my team? What kind of HMs and TMs do I need? I literally would try and plan out everything before I would play. To be like, okay, I just have the best team ever for everything in this game. And then, the funny thing is, the last Pokemon game I ever had was Silver. Not Soul Silver, but Silver. And I tell you, every time I mention that to somebody, nobody knows what Silver is. They all know Soul Silver and Heart Gold and Sapphire and Emerald and Diamond and Pearl and all that stuff, but they don't know what Silver is. And I had half a moment where I was like, was this a Mandela effect? Was there ever a Silver game? Or did I just imagine it and I was playing something else? But I swear there was Lugia and Ho-Oh, and I remember renting a buddy's, back when you could rent games. I rented Gold, and I was trying to get Ho-Oh, and I remember I was trying to go through his tower on my bike, and there was I had a book too back when there was booklets for things. Man, this takes me back, dude. I loved booklets for games and stuff and strategy guides and all that. You want to talk about those? I mean, getting that for WoW, for Warcraft, dude, I loved it. I always wanted to plan things out and figure out how to craft the best base and the best units and all that stuff. And so I remember hopping through the tower, Ho-Oh's tower, and trying to remember what the strategy was for everything. And then I didn't have the Rainbow Wing. That was the last thing I needed. I needed the Rainbow Wing, and I could never find it somehow, some way. And then that was the end of it all. I think I lost all my Game Boy stuff, which sucks. I would have wanted to hold on to it just to have, not even play it, It's I'm at the point in my life where I'm not even about oh, I want to go back to playing Pokemon or, buying Hot Wheels to make tracks and stuff. It's I just want to have it. Just to recall that was a time that existed. It sounds horrible, but it's I don't know. Dude, I never got into the Final Fantasy games. Oh, yeah, you got to talk to someone. That's right. I think that was the first game where conditions were met. And there was like the unknown Pokemon that you could only see them at a certain point in the day. But I'll tell you what, though. Some people would look at conditions as like weird or whatever. I thought it just added to the experience. Even if I wasn't good at it, it was still fun. I think that's what separated me from a lot of other gamers. I never felt like it was a bad thing to fiddle around and just, I don't know, even if you weren't good at something, you just tried it and it was fun. Like I guess I was fine with the conditions that a game would give me, if that makes sense. I was like, I don't need to feel like this was the best way to design a game or whatever. I think it was just fun because it was fun. I don't know. It was fun because I wanted to try. I think that's what it was. And I think that goes back to when I first started learning like secrets with games and stuff. I wasn't sitting there like, well, I want to unlock all the players the way I want. Or I want to pay to, make these characters all mine. It was like, no, I want to go through the rigmarole in order to win this thing because then I like it. Then I feel like I appreciate it more, I don't know. I feel like I really need to get a beard for this mustache because I sound like the oldest of old men. There was a Clefairy dance scene in one of the games. I know there was some in the show. I remember enjoying that episode. Let me try. I'm so sorry, guys. My OCD is kicking in, and I'm so upset at my mustache and my blanket here. So we're gonna delete that. There we go. And then we're gonna do. I'm so sorry. My brain. My mind is exploding with how this is not doing what I want. We're just gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Okay. I'm so sorry. Just act like I'm not here. Boom. We're gonna do this. There we go. Okay, so item order. Okay, we're gonna do that. Configure. What the hell? Oh, no. Oh, wait, is that as small as it goes? Oh, okay. Well, then we'll just shift it up just a skosh. Yoink. There we go. Okay, that's better. That's a little better at least. Cool. Great. Now, for my blankie. Secret Society blankie. If any of you guys know where that's from, you're amazing. Boink. Boink. There we go. Perfect. I know. There we go. Perfect. All right. Back we go. All freshened up here. Okay. Oh. And that's from Silver. Huh. Why do I feel like I kind of heard about that, but I never experienced it? I do know there was plenty of Pokemon that, like, you had to be at Mount Moon at a certain time, or you had to go into a cave at night in order to find stuff. I do think, so even though there was all those options, right? There was all those things you could do. You could check out all those things. There was a point where definitely it felt like such a grind, I just didn't want to do it anymore, if that makes sense. So I was still young enough to be like, I don't have the ambition to just do this. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm tired. I've been grinding for like 2 hours on this car ride, and I don't want to, You know, I still can't beat the gym that I'm trying to go to. I'm just tired now. But yeah, it was a good time though. It was fun. It's fun to sorry, I tabbed into my YouTube. I saw a bunch of notifications, so I was just checking those out. Okay. Well. Yes. There is mustache Vlander. Vlander, son, I have mustache. To match how my face look. I don't know why I sound like this, but I like it. So I'm going to do that for 2 more seconds. Yeah. Second gen, that's right. 250. That's around as far as I got. So, here's the fun thing, right? Chat? I hate saying that. It feels like I'm talking to faceless stockbrokers instead of human beings. I'm just going to say, I hate it. To be like, well, chat, guess what, chat? Side note. Oh my gosh. Okay, side note. Someone was reacting to Markiplier, right? You guys know Markiplier. You love him. I started doing YouTube, not because of Markiplier, but he was a big inspiration. I did dance videos. That was the first thing I ever did on YouTube. I did the robot, the wave, all that kind of stuff. That's what I did. And, of course, you get used to YouTube back in 2013, 2014, where everyone's making videos. You're doing edits and stuff. If you're Markiplier or Jack, you do horror compilations or best of compilations, and it's just funny, goofy stuff, right? And then now there's all these VTubers who are aware of Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, all these creators, right? These OGs. And it's fun. I love that. I love when people become aware of stuff that they weren't aware of before. I feel like I'm there with a lot of music. There's a lot of old country and rock and rap and stuff that I'm becoming way more aware of now that I just never knew about before, right? But then there's been a few VTubers that were like, oh, so chat, Mark has been doing videos, like, does he stream these or does he do them solo? And I don't know what to tell you, but when I first heard that, something in me hurt. Like, not because it was a bad thing, but just that idea that, like, there's a whole different side, there's a whole different culture, there's a whole different generation of creatives who they live stream. And that's all they do. They don't do solo videos. And I sat there for a second like, that, yes, all he did for years was solo videos. That's all most of us do. That's what YouTube started with. What are you talking about? But like, it wasn't like I was mad. I was just surprised, like, wow, there's a whole generation of creatives that don't know about making solo content. And I get it, because there's someone called Rosie Belmu who's really, really sweet. She's a great creator. She plays games, but she also does reaction videos. She's very funny. And she was like, there's a lot of stuff that I don't think I could do. I don't think I could play a scary game by myself. Like, I would have to have someone to talk to, or at least chat could distract me every so often if I'm scared. So I had to think about that, and I was like, that's kind of cool, actually. I kind of like that idea. That, like, it's not about, it's just a different way of doing things. But thinking about it like, oh, are these solo videos? I was like, why do I feel old? Like, weird, you know? Yeah. Streaming on YouTube has not been a thing for a while. It's fairly recent. So, I don't know. It's just kind of funny to me. And it's not like I even mind it. I think it's pretty cool. It's just funny to me because at least where I'm coming from, right? Doing reaction videos or any sort of content, it's going to stay out there pretty much, right? So, and then there's every possibility that people will, clip my stuff or, download videos or make compilations or whatever, that kind of thing. So then it just kind of perpetuates itself. But the idea of just streaming, that makes no sense to me. Like, there's part of me that just doesn't make any sense. But part of that, too, is it's not like I can rely on clippers to get more of my content out there. I can rely on compilation stuff to be like, oh, here's what they did here or there. I consider streaming to be more of a personal way to, like, chat with people and get to know them, have them get to know me, etc. But if I want to actually reach a big audience, I don't think I have enough pull to just be like, I'm just going to stream. So when I see, a new channel and I click their videos, especially VTubers, I've kind of learned whenever I check out a VTuber's channel, I might go to their videos and see like, oh, the last one they posted was 6 months ago and it was a ad or something. And then I go to their lives and it was like, oh, they just streamed like 2 hours ago. To just know that that's just a different culture is just very interesting. And that is what makes it a little difficult for me to try and jump into streaming now, because I just don't have the time. I could make so many videos in an hour, right? I could make 6 full reaction videos in an hour easily. And I feel like that is a much better return on investment than a stream, because people can, and now sure, people can find streams and stuff, right? But I feel like a reaction video or other videos that I would make are just much easier to find, right? Now, if for whatever reason they turned around and said, oh, well, we're looking more for shorts, or we're looking at live streams more, well, then sure, I would shift my content. I would do live reactions. I've wanted to do that for a while. I did that way back when on my other channel. I went through most of Tauhaus music. Yes. I think I reacted to 10 games worth of music. It was like 3 days of reaction streams. And it was fun, don't get me wrong, but I was like, my brain is gone right now. I can't do this. There was always a point where I'm sitting there like, my brain just can't. I can't do this. And I think that's another reason why I don't really do streams very much. Because I also have ADHD, so I have to move. I have to kind of move around. Like, I'm throwing my arms around right now. I am describing things with my hands because I need to express myself and move and do stuff, or else my body is just like, I am antsy and have to move. So, well, yeah, I mean, so that's the thing too. Like, SMSDM, that's totally true. That, the freaking, if it's your job, right? You're not coming home from work tired. And you're like, oh boy, I gotta put on a pretty face and be happy for the camera. Hi, everybody. Like, even now, like, I can keep a pretty animated voice, but my stomach is like rumbling right now. I haven't had dinner. I want to have dinner soon. So it's like, it's one of those things where I could crank out a quick video. Maybe it's 12 minutes long. That's easy. I wouldn't imagine streaming for 12 minutes and being like, I'm going to grab everyone's attention. Okay, bye. So it's so interesting, though. I love how there's so much variety, though. I really think it's fun. I think it just gives so much more options for creativity and ways to get people connected. That's the thing I love. That's what I really love about it. And I've said that before. I'm going to turn off the background music just so we can, like, really get this out there. I love how many options we have to connect. I love it. I think it's beautiful. It's one of the things that really got me into VTubing to begin with, that there's all these people, such variety of life and experiences and jobs and hobbies and interests, and one way or another, whether you're streaming on Twitch or YouTube, or you're doing YouTube shorts, or you got big on TikTok and then you started doing YouTube, or there's this one lady, she's not a VTuber yet. I'm sure she will be, but she got big. I think she's a voice actor or something, but she's working an office job. I thought she was just a regular lady who was just super cute, and the internet was like, oh wow, a lady office worker. We're going to, make her go viral. But she started a YouTube channel, and she just put out an original song. So of course your boy's going to react to that soon. It's one of the things on my list. But it's like, it's just so fun that there's so much variety we have out there to connect and, you know, share what we love. So, I hate to cut this short. I'm gonna check out chat here real quick, but I'm very hungry and I need to go eat. I would sit here otherwise, but, and you know what though, Grift, you can call me Roar if you want. I don't care. Yeah, you know, arm tracking would be kind of fun. I think it's something to think about for the future for sure. I feel like I need to really get on top of how to do all of this stuff first, and once I really know how to do that, then I'll expand. That'll be fun. I actually, you know what? Side note, I would love someday. I'm going to do dance videos again because it's something I used to really love doing all the time. And no one does dance videos on YouTube anymore, which is sad. So I want to do that. But it would be so fun to do dance as like a full-fledged VTube model someday. I think that would be several years down the line. I'm just saying because that's so expensive and there's so much space and time you would need to be able to do all that. But dude, it would be fun. It would be baller. Anyway, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for 6,000 subscribers. Mwah, 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 mwah. Love all of you. And I hope you have a great evening. Go eat dinner if you haven't eaten dinner. Or go eat whatever food is in front of you. Whatever time of day it is, if it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, go eat. Don't be like me. And anyway, I will see you when I see you next. And yeah,